friends. So I went to Essen. I went to Essen Spiel 2021 this year. I had never been to Essen before, and if you don't know about Essen, it's basically, I believe, the biggest board game convention in the world. It is massive, and I thought I knew what a big convention was before I went to this convention. Turns out I didn't know, because this convention blew my mind. So this is the first time that I went there, and this is a little vlog that I made about my experience there, what it was like, some cool stuff that I saw, some games that I got, and I hope you enjoy it. So after 13 hours of travel and 40 minutes of like running around this building, I'm finally here. I've made it. I just have to find the hall I'm headed to now. Con is almost done for the day. It's Friday. And yeah, I will give you guys some more updates later, but woohoo, I'm here. Let's just find some energy and keep going. I'm excited. Board games, yeah. All right, bye. Guten Morgen. So we are on our way. Wow, I sounded way more Dutch than German when I said that. But we are on our way to the con. It is day 2 for me. Day, I don't even know, 3 I think overall. So yeah, this should be fun. I'm very excited. I had drinks last night, so that was, I'm feeling a little jet lagged, to be honest, but I'm gonna get through. I'm very excited to be teaching games today and having fun. And yeah, I woke up this morning and filmed a self-tape before I even am going to the con, so yeah, it should be a fun day. Hopefully my energy keeps up. I need coffee, so hopefully we can also find some coffee somewhere in here. Yeah, there's a whole story that I have to tell you about before I even got here. So this might segue into that, I don't know. But yeah, there was whole kerfuffle because I was supposed to arrive on Sunday. I didn't really get into that, but we're gonna get into that. So, the story of my passport and all that weirdness, this is probably inserted somewhere into the middle of this vlog, I'm assuming. So the passport story is basically, or the story of before the traveling, just so you all know, was I was supposed to fly out originally on Thanksgiving Sunday here in Canada. It would be our Sunday. It would be our Thanksgiving on that Sunday. And I found out on Sunday morning that my passport was expired. I was packing my stuff, and that is when I looked down and saw, oh my goodness, this passport is expired. It expired in April of 2021. So then I had to basically rush get a passport. So that experience was interesting. Basically, if you're watching this and you're in Canada, if you need a passport to travel because you're going to travel in a few days, that is a thing you can do. It's called getting an urgent passport. You have to call a number. Now, the unfortunate thing is that because it was Sunday, obviously the service for that was closed, and then the next day was Thanksgiving Monday, which is our Thanksgiving holiday here in Canada and in Ontario. So I couldn't call the number that day because they were closed. So I ended up calling them on Tuesday, which was the earliest I could call, and that's when I was able to get an appointment for Wednesday, for Wednesday. Yeah, I believe it was for Wednesday to go get my passport done. So I went on Wednesday to go do that, and then I was able to pick it up the same afternoon, which was pretty impressive. I also had to go get new passport photos taken. I wish I could show you. If it wasn't a legal document, I'd show you, but I actually feel like my passport photos on this passport were way better. And I did actually opt to get a longer passport. So we have the option of getting a 5 or 10 year here. And this one I got a 10 year because I was like, I'm not going through this again. So at least now I have a decade before I have to do that whole process again, which is nice. So I did end up doing that, and everyone actually was very helpful. Everyone at the passport office was really nice too, so that was cool. You do have to show them proof of travel though, so just if you need to do that and you're like, can I just do it? Only if you actually have a reason, and you do have to show them your proof. So you have to show them that you have booked travel. And yes, so that was the thing that happened. And I actually wanted to try to see if I could fly it on that Wednesday evening, but initially I booked a flight for Thursday, which allowed me at the time to save money. I was flying with Iceland Air and I had to change my flight, which fortunately they're really cool about helping you with that, especially if your flight is within 24 hours and you need to make a change. So they were really nice, and I was able to move it, but it was very expensive. It cost me hundreds more dollars to move my flight, but I ended up doing it. I did promise to basically go and work a booth at Essen, so I didn't want to bail because I was already going to be late to the convention. I didn't want to ruin the experience for the people that have this booth and are trying to sell games. And basically I was working for Arcane Wonders, which is a fantastic company. They have lots of really amazing games, and I fell in love with, of course, many more games that were being showcased at the convention, as you do, especially when you're working for a specific company. But yes, we'll talk about that more later. So I was able to move my flight. I moved it to the Thursday to give myself just a little bit more time because I didn't know what the process would be like for my passport at that point, because I wasn't able to get a hold of anyone on the Sunday about even moving my passport and doing that whole process, getting it renewed, So I moved my flight to Thursday, and that is kind of how it went. If I could pass on any advice to anyone traveling, please make sure you check your passport. Check it, double check it, triple check it, make sure you know, and also make sure it isn't expiring even within a few months of traveling, because sometimes some places don't even let you do that. I did also try to see if there was any way I could fly out with an expired passport, because I thought maybe because of COVID, people are being a little more lenient because it might be harder for me to get one. No, you need to have a passport. It's very important, so make sure you have a passport that is not expired. Also, correction, I did not fly out on the Wednesday evening. I flew out on the Thursday, because I actually even tried to call on the Wednesday multiple times to move my flight, and it would have been a few more $100 to even do that. So I just stuck with the Thursday because it was too crazy expensive. I couldn't change it. Okay, so I'm just on lunch now. So I am obviously very tired. I need coffee or something. My gimbal does not want to look at me. It wants to look at everything else around me. And yeah, what else is going on? I just bought a lot of Oink games. I just spent like over 100 euros on tiny games and merch. So that's the thing that just happened. Yeah, I am hungry. I want to check out games, but also I gotta eat. So I'm gonna go do that now, and maybe I'll take some videos of that. Okay, bye. Look at this cute pizza truck. So I'm waiting for pizza. Why won't this focus on me? I don't know. Is it focusing now? It's trying. And I'm gonna eat pizza, and I'm gonna maybe try to get a coffee. There's coffee over there, I think. And then that's it. I look so tired. Oh my god. I feel so tired. Just everything in the background is more interesting to my gimbal. It's like a contest, and I'm losing. So yes, that's what's happening right now. I got a lot of Oink things. Should I show you? I can try. I got this plushie. I should probably do a separate video for this later, but look at this plushie. I'm so excited. I'm losing my voice. But I'm so excited because I've been teaching games all day. Okay, that's it. I'm gonna go now. arrived on Friday night, and I took a taxi from the train station in Essen to the hall, and then I just had to find the booth. So I actually didn't remember where Arcane Wonders was, but I went with my limited amount of data onto their Twitter and saw what booth they were at, and then I just kind of wandered through the hall to find them because I knew everyone at the booth was going to be busy working, so I didn't want to bother anyone about like, what's the booth number? Where is everyone? Now, this hall is huge. So the hall, the convention center that it's at, all of the halls, I think there's like 12 halls or something, and Essen Spiel doesn't take up all of it, but it takes up almost all of it, so it's massive. And I was wandering through. At one point I kind of got lost. Someone told me to go away that took me like further away from inside the convention center. And I'd been traveling for 13 hours. I was so frustrated. I thought I was going to give up. But I didn't give up, and I ended up getting directions that helped me get through. And I made it to Hall 2, which is where Arcane Wonders was, and it was just a moment of elation when I arrived. And even when I got to see everything that was in this convention center, I wish I had filmed that moment because it was just like, wow, this is amazing. I can't believe I'm here. And then I just spent the last little bit of the convention chilling at the booth and learning a really awesome game, which I actually have a copy of that I will show you later on. But yes, so it was really cool, and learning that game as my first game was very cool. I'll show you the game at the end.
There's Benita filming it. Benita's filming it all for her own vlog. This is the line. Sunday. Hey friends, it's the last day of the con. I, right now, look like I could be a man on vacation, an old man on vacation. Or, a very hip, I think, old man on vacation. I'm wearing my insider hat. We're heading into the con, but before we do that, we gotta go get our test so we can fly back out. So, test time now, so that's what we're going to do. Just so you all know what happened last night. Last night I went to bed early. I read a book. I couldn't really sleep, so I didn't go to bed until later than I wanted, but yeah, I just took it easy because I'm kind of losing my voice. Hopefully you can hear me as I'm talking. So that's kind of what I was up to last night. And that's basically it. I just wanted to fill you in on that. Hopefully we'll play some games today, and hopefully people won't go to bed as early, but apparently Sunday is very sleepy, so I'll check in with you later and let you know how this day goes. Woo!
So before we left, I had to take a PCR test. So I did take some footage, which you might be seeing now here at this moment in the video, of me heading to the PCR test in the morning on Sunday. I really loved my outfit that day. It was very, I don't know, like kind of hipster meets like an old man who's like a tourist. So we went to the spot to get the test done. And the one thing is the other people I was working with were pretty much all either local or from the States. So in the States, you can actually do a rapid test, but to come back to Canada, you actually need a PCR test. So one, we had to change the test that was booked for me, which fortunately they were able to help me with, and then I had to do that test. And I will say, actually, the test was a lot more pleasant than what I thought it was going to be, because I thought the PCR test was going to be like nasal swabs, and it was not the nasal swabs, and I've done a few of those since the pandemic has started. So yes, it was much more pleasant. It was just like basically a back of the throat swab is what they did. And it was pretty quick, pretty painless. And then I was back into the convention on Sunday morning, work the day, and then get ready to basically go home after Sunday. And I needed that proof. So I had to check my email to get the test. It was expensive though, getting the PCR test. So I just will say to anyone that's thinking of traveling and is wondering kind of what that experience is like, PCR test in Germany at least was not too bad in Essen. It was pleasant enough, but it was expensive. It was €70 for that test. So if you're traveling somewhere, you might want to look up what kind of test you need to come back into your country. And you might also want to investigate how much it costs in the place that you're going to need to get it in before you can fly home.
box.
Oh no.
It's a big box. Here we go. Ready?
Yeah.
Are you filming?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sad balloon.
So guys, Essen is done. And what are your final thoughts on this year's convention? I am.
Final thoughts is game of the con.
Bag of butts. We're gonna play it.
Goodbye.
What about you, Benita? What's your
A lot
final
of
thought?
fun, but I'm really excited to sleep for like 24 hours.
Yeah, that's fair.
You are talking to people that like work booths and are very tired because they just did teardown.
It's true.
Yeah, that was 3.5 hours.
It's real. It's real.
It's real. It's real.
We sweat.
We did.
We sweat.
I had to take a moment because I was like, I want to pass out.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes you gotta pass out. It's part of the con.
And some cons, they turn the AC off.
Well, we didn't
Yes.
have to, but yeah.
But like in the middle of summer,
No,
places,
yes.
they turn the AC off.
That's evil.
And
Because they're like, well, you're not.
you're
The
not
guests
paying
aren't
for
here
it.
now.
Yeah. And then they also sometimes turn the lights, like half of them off. So they're like, that's more expensive.
They're like,
too.
do it in the dark.
Work it out.
I don't know if this is gonna make it in the vlog, but I kind of hope it is.
Cider and
Sad balloon.
Hey guys, so we're just at the airport and getting ready to go check in to fly out. It was a really fun convention. Last night I got to stay up and play board games before I went back to go get ready to fly out. And so now we're here, we're flying. The train was successful, and hopefully we have enough time and we can maybe play more board games while we wait for all the things. All right, to be concluded.
So one thing that also happened is traveling. You might have seen me talking about Iceland on Twitter, and on Thursday, when I flew out Thursday night, I had a layover in Iceland, and it was freaking amazing. I was obsessed with it, and I didn't even leave the airport. I was only in the airport in Iceland, and woo, Iceland Air sold me on Iceland. So that is a thing I need to do and go back to. So maybe I'll have a vlog about going to Iceland in, I don't know, sometime later in the new year or later this year, but I definitely need to go back. Iceland is really, really cool. Their airport is really cool. I stopped off there and got a smoothie and coffee from Joe's Juice Bar, and it was just really great. And I also got a ginger shot. So yes. And on my way back, I actually stopped at Iceland again, and it was just awesome. So I love Iceland. I love Iceland Airport. Still haven't been there yet, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna love it when I go. I could already tell. It's got cool vibes. I also, on the way back, took a picture at the Iceland Airport because they had this really beautiful mural. So yeah, I don't know, there might be a picture of that here, but it was super cool, and yeah, I love it. So when I arrived to Amsterdam on the Friday, the initial plan here was that I was going to be in Amsterdam for a few days before the convention, actually get to enjoy Amsterdam, and then take the train from Amsterdam to Essen, since it's only a few hours on the train to do that. Now, unfortunately, because of the whole passport kerfuffle, I wasn't able to do that. So instead, what ended up happening was I just got to Amsterdam and then had to go straight to Essen. So I booked a train for that, and the one thing with that is that you have to do changeovers at stations, and I was very nervous about taking the train because I've taken the train before in Ontario, like the GO train and stuff like that, which is actually pretty similar, but the trains here are quite a bit more tight in terms of their schedule. So your train might be at the station for like 2 to 5 minutes, and if you are late a few minutes, you might miss your transfer. So I didn't want to miss my transfer because I didn't really know what to do if that had happened to me. So it was very important I didn't miss any of these trains, especially being in a place where like I learned a little bit of Dutch before I went. I know a little bit of German, but I'm not fluent in either of those languages, so I really didn't want to get lost, even though I know a lot of people do speak English in Germany and in the Netherlands, but I digress. I was very nervous about getting on these trains, but fortunately we made it work. I was very happy when I made it work and that I didn't get lost. So yay, I didn't get lost on the trains. So during the convention, there was this game that I didn't really know what it was. I just saw everyone with these little red heart balloons, which I actually ended up getting one of on the final day of the convention. So there's a video with me with the heart balloon at the end of the day on Sunday when we were playing games. But that heart balloon I found out was actually from a game that was in our hall, which also I think won the Spiel des Jahres, and I think it won the like Spiel Award, which is like basically the game of the convention, although not of the year. So Spiel des Jahres is like a very prestigious game award, which is basically like game of the year from people in Germany that basically vote on this. And it is a huge accomplishment in the board game community. So if you have a game that has won Spiel des Jahres, it's like that game's gonna be eaten up by all of the gamers. This game, I don't know if it won the Spiel des Jahres, but I do believe it won the Essen Spiel award, which is like the most fun game of the convention. And another game actually at Arcane Wonders was running for that, which was Picture Perfect, which is also an amazing game. When I found Micro Macro, I found the balloons first, and then I asked if I could have one, and then like before I fully walked away, I came back and was just like, hey, also, what is this game? And Micro Macro, I did order it as soon as I got home, although I wasn't able to get it at the convention because they didn't have any English copies left. But I immediately knew I was going to love it because what they told me is it's basically like Where's Waldo meets like a murder mystery. And so you have this giant map and you're like solving mysteries on it in the game. They have 2 different versions of it available right now. So if that sounds like your jam, I highly recommend checking it out. I did demo it very briefly and it's so cool. I'm so glad that I ordered a couple copies of it. So I pre-ordered a couple copies once I got home, but I didn't get that one at the convention. But Micro Macro, it's awesome. So another thing, I ended up working for Arcane Wonders, which is really, really cool. It is they have a bunch of amazing games in their stable. The game that I spent a lot of the convention teaching was a game called Four Gardens, which is a really beautiful game that's really cutthroat. So if you like something that's pretty, but you like something that's competitive with a lot of strategy and a lot of different ways where you can interact with other players at the table. So it's not just strategy where we all keep to ourselves, it's strategy where literally what I do will affect you. This game is that, and it is a game about you trying to sort of appease the gods by making beautiful gardens, and by making gardens, you're making these beautiful sort of panorama images in it. So you're taking resources to build certain things in your garden that will make a beautiful panorama at the end. And yeah, really pretty, really cool. It has a pagoda that rotates, which affects what everybody can get. Highly recommend. So for booth breakdown, we had a cool thing that we had to do where we had these coffin boxes that we had to fill with product, and they were massive, and it was really fun just loading them up and kind of looking at these. Like, they were huge boxes. We were calling them coffin boxes. They're basically like a box you could climb into. Honestly, if I had a few of them, I feel like it would be basically the size of my apartment. That's how big these boxes are and how small my apartment is. But yes, so coffin boxes were a thing, and it was really cool to assemble and fill them up. I helped do that. It was cool. After booth breakdown, we were treated to a beautiful dinner at Tableau, which I would highly recommend. I think I'm saying that right, Tablu, which I would highly recommend if you are in Essen. It was really, really delicious. Some of the best food I think I may have ever had in my life, actually. It was really great. I took a picture of my food. I did not take a picture of anything else because that is how much the food blew my mind. So yes, if you're in Essen, go check it out. Tell them I say hello, and it is just a great time. Also, all the service staff there were so nice. They were so great and really good at recommending things. So if you are having trouble reading your menu, or if you just are like, I don't know what to do, they will hook you up. On our way back home, I was actually flying with my friend Daryl Andrews, who's a game designer, and since we were both flying back to Toronto on the same day, we got the same flight. And the thing with that was that when we went to check in, we asked about moving our seats together, and they weren't able to do that for us. But instead what they did was they like upgraded us to first class for that first flight. So we actually flew out of Frankfurt. So we took the train from Essen to Frankfurt, and then we flew from Frankfurt to Iceland because we both were flying Icelandair, so we had a layover in Iceland. And then from there, Iceland onto Toronto. So for that first leg of our trip from Frankfurt to Iceland, we were in first class. And I gotta say, I never want to fly economy again. It was amazing. It was just such a great experience. Also, everyone that works with Icelandair is really, really sweet. It's a really great airline. So if you're thinking of flying Icelandair, I would recommend it. So when we were in Iceland, unfortunately, it was a bit foggy when we landed, a bit rainy, not great weather, so we did have a bit of a delay. And in fact, we had a delay for like a few hours. I think it was like maybe like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. I'm trying to think back. But this delay had me thinking, maybe we'll just get to like stay in Iceland for a night and they'll just like put us up here. And I was so hyped about it. Unfortunately, that's not what ended up happening. Instead, they moved us onto a plane and they moved us off that plane onto another plane. But eventually we got up in the air and we were on our way back home. Sadly, had to go back to economy for that flight and it really bummed me out. And it made me be like, I need to fly first class all the time. I get now why it's so expensive to fly first class, because it's just kind of a superior experience. But yes, so the delay happened. We did eventually get home. And honestly, I was really impressed because in the air, I guess they changed the flight plan, or they were able to do that. So we were actually able to make up quite a bit of the lost time. And I think we ended up landing only an hour after. Although going through customs, that took a while in Pearson Airport. So just know that if you're landing in Pearson Airport and you have to go through customs, be prepared for it to take a while, because it's going to take a while. So I'm not going to show you everything I got at this convention before we go, but I am going to show you quite a few things. If you want to see more about what I got at the convention, or you want to know more about it, I will be probably posting a picture on Twitter. You can respond to that picture when this video is up to ask more questions. Maybe on my community I'll post a picture, on here, on YouTube, and on my Instagram. So you can always ask me more questions about the games, / I kind of want to do a series where I just go through all the games I own, because I own a lot right now, and just kind of play them, talk about them, and then decide whether or not I should keep or cull them, because I have over 200 board games at this point and it's getting a little crazy. So I need to decide what I should actually keep, especially as even though I make the space work, I don't have a lot of space, which, yeah. All right, let's talk about the haul. I got this sweet alien pillow from Oink Games. We're gonna start with the Oink Games stuff because I don't know if you know, but I'm an Oink Games fangirl. I love Oink Games. I get everything, and I really got everything there. I'm not even gonna show you all the stuff I got from Oink Games, but I'm gonna show you a few things that I'm super excited about. So this is one of them. This super awesome alien plushie / pillow. It is Oink Games on the back. It's super cool. I got these little Oink keychains. These little guys. So I got a Deep Sea Adventure one and a Nine Tiles Panic one, which is where the alien is from. And yes, in that game, aliens like hamburgers. Alien pin, what? Nine Tiles Panic coasters. Coasters, look at that little alien. The people in the house can see them. Modern art. I actually don't own modern art yet, and although a few different companies have done it, including CMON, or Come On as they're known now, company I have also worked for before, this is modern art from Oink Games, which is really cool. It comes with a little wooden easel. I got this sweet Tomato bag. Tomato. I got a Deep Sea Adventure bag. I got the Game of the Con for Oink Games, Scout. I got Heyo, which is also a popular one for Oink Games at Essen. I got Kobayakawa with metal coins. I got Ninja Catfoot, a game where you actually play with your smartphone attached to your arm, and it comes with slap wrist bracelets. And finally, onto some things that are not from Oink Games. I got Riverside. Riverside is a really cool roll and write that I'm very excited to play. You might have seen somewhere in this video, there was someone that was showing us sort of how it works and demoing it, and after I kind of saw a little bit more about what it's about, I was like, yeah, I need it. I love roll and write games, so I'm pretty hyped about this one. You may have also seen Benita in this vlog, and Benita is someone who I was working with at Arcane Wonders. She was also working the booth, and she was also my roommate, and Benita's super cool. She also makes lots of content, so you should go check her out. She and I both got a copy of Riverside, so yeah, Benita's stuff, go check it out. Maybe she'll be in the information, the links, the stuff. She's cool. And I always save the best for last. So here's a few games that I got from Arcane Wonders, and I actually got more than this, but I just wanted to show a few of the things I was most hyped about. So there is Furnace, which is the game that I actually learned originally when I arrived at Essen. So this was Friday night. As soon as I got there, this was the game I learned. It is an engine builder. It's super exciting. It seems really, really crunchy and really fast paced. And I love games that give me sort of that feeling of just excitement in terms of what I'm going to be doing next in the game. So a little bit of auctioning, a little bit of engine building, actually a lot of engine building. And yeah, this one was a hot one at the booth. And the other one I wanted to show off from Arcane Wonders is Mortem Medieval Detective. So Mortem Medieval Detective is actually a game where we are in medieval times trying to solve mysteries. I actually didn't get to demo this one or really learn the ins and outs of playing, but I saw enough of it happening that I was just amazed. I watched Julie sort of run some demos for people, and listening in just on that and talking to her about what the game is about, I was like, I need this game. This game seems like so much fun. So it seems kind of like an RPG in the sense of you are with a group of people and you guys are all making decisions together with the group that is in the game to try to solve a mystery, and you go to places and can decide how you want to interact with people and different objects and things in the places. And that's it, friends. I hope you enjoyed this vlog about Essen Spiel and my experience there in 2021. And if you want more vlog videos from me, please be sure to let me know down in those comments. Smash that like button, smash that subscribe, all of the YouTube talk, blah, 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 do all the things. And hopefully I will have more vlogs for you. I definitely would love to do one about Iceland if I go. So yeah, let me know if you'd want to see that. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, play those games, stay nerdy, and stay safe, my friends. Bye!